This week on Savage Wild, part 1 of my 2-part adventure, hunting wild Eurasian boar in Central Florida. From ambush to hot pursuit, I use every strategy to bring down one of these tough and dangerous beasts. These hogs have a way of spoiling the best of plans, and the unexpected can and does happen. Incredible workout. It's like running a marathon out here. I am exhausted. I am Manny Puig. I have spent my whole life learning to survive like Tarzan in the most dangerous and primitive wilderness, where you can be killed or eaten. I have learned the ways of giant, man-eating predators, deadly sharks, and reptiles, where every encounter may spell disaster in the savage wild. Welcome to Central Florida. I am on a mission. The woods around here are full of feral wild hogs, and there's a lot of Eurasian boars mixed in with them. I'm going to be hunting with a spear, the most difficult way to hunt. This spear is designed specifically for that. It is heavy. I need a heavy spear that has enough impact to penetrate the shield and the thick hide of these wild boars. This is going to be extremely dangerous. Have you been watching Savage Wild? You've seen a number of these hog hunts. Now, on every hog hunt, I never know what's going to happen. I've been attacked. I've gone hand to hand with them. I've been severely injured. I am not hunting from a tree stand. I'm hunting from the ground at hog level. These hogs are incredibly dangerous. Not only are they equipped with tusk and power and speed, the most dangerous part is how intelligent they are. That's what scares me the most, because they can set you up. Now, once a hog is hit, if he goes into palmetto, it is a nightmare. That's why I've been attacked before. He'll sit in there and wait, and hopefully he'll be dead by the time I find him. If not, he's gonna come charging, and all I have is a spear, and I gotta stop him before he gets me. All these spears I design, I try to get as big a spear as possible, but not too big because it's gotta penetrate. This is 7/8 stainless steel. This is about 7 pounds. I need the weight in order to penetrate. If the spear is too wide or too big, it doesn't penetrate enough. If it's too small, it doesn't do enough damage. It has to be the right balance. A lot of time and experimentation to get these things done. This is my main thrower. This here is a Viking spear. This here is a stopper. This is designed, you can throw it, or you can also, it's mainly used for thrusting. It'll push into the wild hog or whatever wild animal you're hunting, and it'll stop it here, and you can keep the animal off of you. It's in order to kill them and keep them from attacking you. This is a stopper. This is European style. This here is one of my knives. This is a very heavy knife. It's 3/8 of an inch thick. It's single-edged. This is all hand done. The teeth that I've carved into this knife are 3-dimensional. It's got a row on each side of its head. This is another knife. You may notice that all my knives and weapons look medieval. I have designed them after medieval style. I put my own touch to them, like I put an alligator head on this one here. Medieval weapons were decorated. The Vikings named their weapons. This is a double-edged. If you have a hog on you, this is a stopper. This will go in and go into his heart and stop him. It's a double-edged, it penetrates very easily. And it's a hand guard right here, so your hand doesn't slide forward and you don't cut your hand. This looks like a Viking hatchet because I designed it after a Viking hatchet. This is very useful for chopping wood, cleaning animals, removing ribs. Always bring it with me. As we make our way to the area where we intend to hunt, the unexpected happens. I spot a large boar and decide to stalk within spear range. The wind is perfect, but a hog has another defense. I have to get past his ears. And in this brush,
That will be a tough trick.
If I can see him before he takes off, I get a shot. But they lay down and then they go boom. They lay right there. Can't see him.
See, we pulled up with a buggy, and he was right there the whole time. We never saw him. We're talking, making noise, and all of a sudden he burst. You know, you have no idea where he's at, where he's gonna be hiding.
I am on the hunt for wild Eurasian boar in the dense forests of Central Florida. This area is loaded with some of the biggest and baddest hogs I have yet encountered. But this will be no easy walk in the park. These hogs are smart, fast, and tough. I have my work cut out for me. And if plan A fails, there's always plan B.
I'm feeling it. Look at the amount of damage these feral hogs have done here. The Spanish brought them out here 500 years ago as a source of food, but they've become a nightmare to agriculture and to wilderness. They cost taxpayers $200 million a year worth of damage to restore the land they destroy. Feral hogs, I love to hunt them. They're awesome, but they're a nightmare to the general population, the amount of damage they cause. The only real enemies they got is mountain lions, bears, and alligators, but they don't kill enough to really impact the population that much. They depend mostly on hunters. The main way to hunt hogs is with dogs. That is the most effective way, and that's the way a lot of the hunters try to control their population. Apart from all the damage these wild hogs do out here, I personally like to hunt them. I enjoy hunting them with a spear. It's a very challenging and difficult way to hunt, but that's what I like. We also give hog meat to many needy families in the area. They're good to eat. I eat them myself. So I try to make the best out of a bad situation. So I'm helping out both by eliminating hogs and feeding people that are hungry, including myself.
It's early in the day and the hogs are bedded down. My first strategy is an ambush. I will need to find a perfect spot before they begin moving again in the late afternoon as they search for food.
I'm gonna try to find a good ambush spot. I can either stock up, but if I can stay still, he won't hear me coming and wait for him on one of their trails, I might have a chance at one of them. So I gotta try to predict where they're gonna come through. If you step on a twig, they hear you. If you get in the right wind direction, they'll smell you. So if I can wait for an ambush, it's better.
This spot feels good and the wind is right. And this tree is close to a hog trail that seems to have heavy traffic. As long as the hogs come from the right direction, I'll get my chance. I use palmetto leaves to create a blind. Now, it's a matter of waiting and luck. Hours later, the sun begins to sink lower, and still no sign of hogs. The breeze has dropped off. This is not good. I checked the wind. It's still blowing in the right direction, but barely. But this is the plan and I stick with it. The first hog a medium-sized brown boar, appears in the clearing just 50 yards from where I'm standing. Then I spot a solid black hog in the thick bushes to my left. My spirits are lifted. I may have chosen a perfect spot. Hopefully one of them will follow the trail right to my ambush. I stand by, spear in hand, as the brown hog moves closer. But as the sun begins to set, I am still waiting. As the hog's feet only yards away from me. As darkness begins to fall, I can make out at least 5 hogs less than 30 yards away. But I'm rapidly losing my light. Soon it's just too dark to see the hogs. I have to change plans. My hopes of ambushing a hog did not pan out. The breeze stopped blowing, and they may have caught my scent. Or they simply just wandered off without passing my hideout. But I did not come here with just one plan. When darkness falls, this forest comes alive. It's time for Plan B. In the deep forest of Central Florida, I am on a hunt for Eurasian wild boar. I have spent the day setting up an ambush. My spot was well chosen. And by late afternoon, wild hogs were coming close, but not within spear range. As darkness fell, my plan failed to produce. It's time for Plan B.
I've been stalking hogs all day long with the spear. I have not been able to get close. Night has fallen. Now it's time to get the dogs out. We're gonna track them with dogs at night. And this is eerie because this is the time when the hogs come out, but the dogs are gonna go deep into the palmettos and all that, and I have to go in there and grab them. That's what we're gonna do.
We rendezvous with our dog handler, who has decided to bring 2 pit bulls. These are catch dogs that will grab and hold the hog once they find him. They seem excited and happy. But as the handler begins to load him onto the swamp buggy, Murphy's Law rears its ugly head. One dog bites the other, and they break into a frenzy.
No, hey!
As the handler tries to break them up, he is severely bitten on the wrist. They separate the dogs, but this is not a good way to start the night.
Okay. The 2 pit bulls got in a fight. Sometimes pit bulls do that, and the handler got bitten the wrist by one of them. I guess they get fired up. They were, sometimes they get along, sometimes they don't.
Just bulldogs. They in the pen. They sisters. They're about 4 years old. They lived together all their life, and now they're starting to come in heat more and more. They're, like I said, between 3 and 4, and just bulldogs. Just need to get some of the bull out of them and get some more curve to them. Have something a little better to bay and catch. They're good catch dogs. They lock on and they hold, but they, just like they do to each other. I mean, you see, they do it to the hand that feeds you.
The other dog bit the owner, so we're gonna put the other dog up. So we're down to 1 dog, but this dog will do the job. These dogs are brave, powerful, and they go for it. That's a bad way to start a night. It didn't get any tendons or nothing, huh?
No, sir. I don't believe they did. Though.
Can you move your hand good?
Yes, sir. I can move everything good.
Well, Manny, we had a little altercation with the dogs. We were going to use 2 catch dogs. The reason we're not using a bay dog is because we've got a pile of hogs in here, and with just a catch dog is all we need. The other dog, when bulldogs don't get along, they start fighting. That can happen. They're not going to get along all night. When we're on the ground, I guess you're going to go in there and leg the hog. Cameramen, we just stay back, and once that hog is secured, I guess the cameras can come in and get whatever angle you guys want.
When you leg the hog, I'll get the dog off, and it should. The first one may be hard. She got a lot of anger in her, so after that, the second one may be a little easier to get her off.
We may catch some of the hogs alive.
We made a break stick.
We may catch some of the hogs alive. If it's a good hog, a good eating hog, we may kill them to take them home to eat. So we're gonna check them out. If it's a big boar, we may not kill it. But if it's a medium hog, a good meat hog, we're probably gonna take them.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Notice that these dogs have a Kevlar vest on them. That's to protect them from the hogs. If not, they're gonna get cut left and right. But these catch dogs go directly right to the hog. They grab them by the ear, and the hog's gonna try to stab them. So the best protection you can put is Kevlar vest on them. These dogs are brave, and they take on hogs that are 3 times their size sometimes.
I figured these two being sisters, long life partners, they would be friends.
The thing is,
About 3 months ago, they just started this. I had to split them up, and now they just. Last time I brought them out here, they was fine. They got home, they wanted to fight a little bit. They went in the pen, they had a good night.
Catching wild hogs has been going on for hundreds of years with dogs and everything. Many different methods. They use dogs to round them up to shoot them, to catch them alive, to spear. Transport them. Sometimes they catch them, fatten them up, they save them up, and they kill them and eat them later. Many different things they do with them. To tell the truth, I don't like spiders. I don't want to walk into that. I don't want that thing crawling on my head. Nothing to do with that. I'd rather mess with a hog.
This has been a very long and frustrating day. After spending hours trying to ambush a hog, we decided to hunt the forest at night with dogs, only to have the handler severely bitten on the wrist. And now we're down to 1 dog. This will not improve my odds of taking a hog. Nothing is guaranteed on these hunts, and you take the good with the bad. So we head off into the night and the savage wild. I am deep in the wilderness of Central Florida, on the hunt for Eurasian wild boar. I spent the day lying in ambush, hoping a wild boar would come within spear range. As darkness fell, we made a decision to bring out the dogs, only to have the handler badly bitten by his own catch dog. Now down to 1 dog, we head out into the night, hoping our luck improves.
Here she comes. We just got to follow the dog around and watch him. He's smelling around, crawling around, smelling and trying to pick up a trail. And once he's on a trail, then he'll start running. And once something happened, you'll hear the fight going on. I was in that swamp not too long ago, and I would take a step, and the hogs would take a step. They were like 20 feet in front of me. I couldn't see them because the sawgrass is like 10 feet high in there. But it's wet in there, and they just go up in there and lay in there. And if you walk in there, eventually you will push them. But that's a fortress. They're very, very secure in there, and it's very hard to get to them in there.
Our single dog seems to be having a good time, but so far hasn't picked up the scent of a hog. We know there are hogs all around us, so hopefully it's just a matter of time.
I'll throw it one comes by.
You can only catch 1. There's a whole pile of hogs in this area, so I'll be aware that there's going to be maybe a dozen other hogs running around.
Yeah, some people have been catching a dog and been attacked by another hog while they're catching one. That's happened before, so you got to keep your eyes open for all this.
As the night wears on, I begin to have doubts. We have walked for miles, and the dog has still not caught the scent of any wild hogs. We are all thirsty and tired, and the dog is overheated. So we take a break while the dog cools off.
It's good to have two dogs sometimes because they can teamwork a hog. Sometimes these hogs go in a palmetto, they feel secure to hold their ground, especially the boars, the males, and they sit there and they just fight anything that comes near them. And at that moment, that hog is very dangerous, very ferocious. He's cornered and he's ready to attack dogs, men, anything. So you really got to know what you're doing at that moment.
Although the dogs started the night off fighting with each other, to improve our odds, we decided to take a chance and see if they will now work together. But it's now past 2 a.m. and we are all physically exhausted. This long day is about to end with no wild boar. Next week on Savage Wild, we pull out all the stops and bring out the A-Team. Frankie Nixon and his crew are professional hog hunters, using bay and catch dogs and GPS tracking collars. Our odds for success are about to improve dramatically.
Hey, Outdoor Channel, this is Savage Wild, and I ain't lying.